guys, it's me and Pidgey here. We are going to mix up a batch of pigeon food. Kind of wanted to go over roughly what I use for mine. This is no set rules. My pigeons are just bougie pet pigeons. They're not racing pigeons. They don't go exercise or do anything like that. They just kind of lounge around. So I know racing pigeons definitely need a higher protein diet, but again, this is just what I use for my pet pigeons. I start with the base of this mix. This mix is super cheap and easy to find. You can find it off of Chewy or Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. Then I add hemp hearts. Hemp is really good for birds. It's really good calming, good with fatty acids, all the amino acids and stuff like that. Super rich protein. It is becoming winter out here, and my pigeons do live outside. So I try to up their protein a little bit more in the winter. I do live in Texas, so winter is very sporadic. Right now I think it's like 80 degrees. I started adding milk thistle seeds to my mix. I don't know if you can actually see that. But milk thistle is thought of to bring down the effects of fatty liver disease. And being my pigeons don't really fly around a lot, they do live in an aviary and just more or less walk everywhere. It is good to have this in their diet, I believe, just so that I do not have fatty liver disease issues. And then I like to add Safflower seeds. Again, these are great for training. That's how I taught Socks, my other pigeon, to like me. This is her absolute favorite treat. But during the winter, I do kind of add them more into their mix a little bit. You can, again, reserve this just for treats. But I like to put a little bit of weight on my pigeons during the winter. And then the other part, big bulk of my diet is the China Prairie Delight. It's for smaller birds. It's got a whole bunch of different kinds of seeds in it. As you can see from all this packaging, most of this stuff is from China Prairie. It's not the end-all be-all of seed companies. It's just one that I absolutely love just because they have a huge variety of different kinds of seeds on there. I don't like to pay shipping for a lot of different places. And Amazon, hit or miss on really what you can get on there. A lot of the stuff I don't trust all that often. So I usually will have to buy from bougie, boutique kind of places. Another great place that you can get seeds from is Gray Manor. I will put it in my description also. That one just doesn't do, it's not specifically made for birds. It's just a seed company, so you would have to blend your own mixes yourself. Totally easy to do. You just have to kind of know what kind of seeds you want. This China Prairie just makes it super easy. But what I like to do, I like to put it in a ginormous bin like this, just so that it's airproof. If you don't put it in an airproof container like this, then you tend to get moths from a lot of bird seeds. No matter what company you get it from, moths sometimes are inevitable. You can prevent that by sticking your seeds into the freezer for a couple days and then putting them and mixing them together. I already did that with all of these, so I don't really worry so much about them having anything. But I definitely recommend that because once you get pantry moths, from what I've heard, it's impossible to get rid of them. I thankfully have not had them yet, knock on wood, but I do not want to get them anytime soon. Oh, last one thing that I like to add in there. I like to add a calcium powder. This one is technically for reptiles. This one has vitamin D in it. It's just a white powdery substance. A little goes a long way, so you don't have to dump a lot in there. I just like to coat the seeds a tiny bit with it, but it definitely helps with their egg laying because pigeons will lay eggs pretty much every month. I do sometimes change up my recipe, but this is my basic one. I do feed my pigeons a variety of vegetables every day. I do a sprouted seed mix also, which I will link somewhere up here, which shows you how to do that. I also get my sprouted seed mixes from China Prairie. Again, this is why I love China Prairie, just because their stuff is already pretty much bulk made. I usually, for my sprouted seed mix, I will use their Thrive mix and then mix that with their micrograin sprouting blend. I mean, they've got a ton of different kinds of seeds and stuff in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then I will mix those two with the last one. These are all great sprouting mixes. They have a whole bunch of different stuff on their site. I mix and match sometimes. That's pretty much my pigeon mix. And then again, I will just mix pretty much all of this stuff together into this container and then feed accordingly. What are you doing? What are you doing, Pigeon? Huh? You don't like being inside anymore? He hasn't been inside in a while. What? It's so scary in here with the lights, the cameras.